Yo, Kingdom, community vibes, community ties. Terrance Tucker is the brother who's connecting the tribe.
Boom, boom. Hey, we back, yo. Yeah, we back, man. And you see the money, man, sitting next to me. Don't get mad, okay? Yes, don't start hating. Because listen, man, you about to get some tips today, okay?
Yes, sir,
so you listen, you are actually about to get educated today. All right, so listen, make sure you pay close attention. Matter of fact, go get your notepad right now. Go get your notepad, go get your pen, all right? Pull a little closer to the desk, okay? Don't sit in the back, sit in the front, because you're about to go to school, man. You're about to go to school. We're talking about money, man. How to save money, how to make money, how to make your money make money. That's what we talking about today with my guy. With my guy, man, Rob, man, Squirewell in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The doggone classy man himself, okay? You see fresh to death over here, you know what I'm saying? Hey, so stand up on your feet and give my boy a huge round of applause, man, okay? Yes, sir. My guy's a financial consultant, okay? And he's been helping people all around Columbia and beyond. Okay, so he knows exactly what he's talking about. Guess what? Guy's young though, so that's scary. Okay, that's real scary. But he has like more knowledge, man, than some of y'all may have even. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, when it comes to money, mine is just give me money. You know what I'm saying? Give me dollar bills, 5, 10s, 20, 50s. But he knows how to, let's say literally, you know what I'm saying, break that thing down, you know what I mean? Because he is the math guru, the money guru, okay? Yes. So we about to talk about this bread today, okay? Now, before we get to this king right here, let's pay two quick bills. Number one, if God woke you up this morning, give him all the praise, because he is able. He is worthy to be praised. Look on the news right now, watch the news, man. You see people dying left and right, man. This is not a joke, man. So morning, noon, and night, give him all the praise. Say thank you, God, for just simply, you know, waking me up this morning, man. All right. Number two, you hear the music in the background. You hear them tunes in the background, man. So you already know where we at. We at the Groove Smoothie and Juice Bar, located on 7510 Garners Ferry Road. Come by and stop by and support, because we need your support. We black owned, okay? Black owned business, man. All right, come out, man, and show love, okay? We can't grow without you, okay? And listen, man, health is wealth. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Put the sodas down. Come get you a smoothie. All right. You probably live a little longer. Why not? All right. Now, I got my guy Rob in the building, man. What's going on, my brother?
Man, not much, brother. How's everything? Can't complain.
Listen, man, I'm so happy he's here. He's one of the, let's say, the bright young minds, man, that's in Columbia right now, man. Really helping out, really stepping up, right? Really showing courage, really showing bravery, man. You know, there are so many young people who have talent, but they're afraid to get in front of that camera, you know what I mean? To take that stand, you know what I'm saying? But you're not.
Nah, not at all. You know, I think it's something.
You like leadership?
I think it's. I don't like it, but I think it's necessary. I don't like it, but I think it's necessary. There's a difference. I've always been told if you hold your voice back, someone's not going to get hurt, and if you hold your voice back, you're going to be the one that's not going to be hurt. And then also there's people that you know are going to hold their voice back. Why can't you help them get their voice heard as well?
Talk to them.
And so I think when it comes to leadership, everybody has a role. You have to find out what your role is and how to play it. You're not going to be the president of everything. You're not going to be the chief of everything, but you got to find your role. Sometimes leadership is just getting others involved. That's the truth of it, really. It's just getting others involved to understand what's needed in the community, not only on a national level, but on your local level, and what your true, passions are.
Hey, what I told you, get your notebooks out, man. Get your notebooks out. Now, why is finance is so important to you? Why did you choose that profession?
Well, a little background, my mom and dad both were into accounting and finance a little bit. And I thought I was gonna do marketing. I went to school for marketing and finance.
What school was that?
I went to Benedict College. Benedict College.
HBCU, stand up, man.
Benedict College Tigers, you know, we go hard for what we need to.
Yes, sir.
And we go hard for the community.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
being empowered for
Man.
good.
Benedict College, man, stand up.
Yes. So I decided I was like, I'm going to go to school for marketing. I thought I was going to be like Eddie Murphy off of Boomerang.
Right.
Little did I know when I graduated, I wasn't going to marketing. I got a job straight out of college working in banking.
Okay.
And
Making Georgia?
No, banking. Just banking here at PNC
Banking.
Bank.
Okay.
Banking, yeah, just banking. At
My
PN.
bad, it's my
So I went. No, you're good. I was at PN. I ended up having to go to Georgia though. So I started here in Columbia at the PNC branch, and it was going back and forth between Columbia and Georgia for about 6 months, and then permanently stayed here in the Columbia area.
Okay.
Working there, you know, the investment advisor was in Charlotte.
Okay.
And so I said, hold up, how is this person doing everything and they're in Charlotte?
Right.
That means they got people everywhere.
Yeah.
That means people aren't getting service that they need to get service.
Right.
And so I said, okay, well, I need to do something else. And after that, I decided I was going to leave the bank and I'm going to start a financial literacy thing. And I went around the country and I did a thing called Let's Talk Money. And I still do my seminars where I go out and I teach people about money. Just the basics. What is a budget? You know, what is credit? How do things work together? What do mortgage lenders look at? Different things of that nature just from my personal experiences.
Right.
That opportunity afforded me to go to New York, where I taught students at St. John's University for this program called Envision. These are high school students that came to this program, ages maybe 13 to 18 years old. Wow. They were receiving college credit from me, and I was teaching a Stanford MBA model, and they were doing an 8-day startup program. So they met with former governor of Massachusetts. They met with a former CEO of Scholastic and a couple other companies, and they were pitching their ideas. My group came in second place, but they had the best numbers when it came to their finances because I let them talk to real CEOs and people that ran their own businesses, so they could kind of understand what is needed to get everything going. And so from that, you know, got into, you know, working with Mutual Omaha and now at Mass Mutual, and a couple other companies where I just decided that, hey, I'm going to do retirement planning and help people with getting prepared for their future. You know, we're not getting younger, we're getting older. And
by
just,
the day.
you know, my mom having, you know, had a stroke, and knowing when she had a stroke when I was 12 years old, and seeing how that happened for her, and how having your ducks in a row can help you out for the rest of your life. Why not help somebody else out? And that's,
you've seen it personally.
Yeah, like I've seen it personally, and it can happen to anybody. You know,
anybody. My mom had a stroke.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean it doesn't have to be a stroke. You know, unfortunately, someone can die. How's your family going to live? Are they going to stay in the same house? Are they going to, you know, keep the car they have? Are your kids going to be able to go to college? Whatever. You need to be able to start thinking of those things, and so that's kind of was my passion. Like, how do I teach us that?
Let me ask you this question right here, man. So, is it easy trying to get someone to have those, let's say, the uncomfortable conversations about finances, about setting up for your future? My mom did not like talking about that stuff. You see what I'm saying? Right.
And I think our parents and people in that generation and generations before us, they were taught one thing: save your money, put it in the bank. You know, they don't. And a matter of fact, don't even go to the bank with me when I go pay bills. Put it up under the mattress. Yeah. Or a matter of fact, how many parents that never took you to go pay bills? You know? I mean, for me, I tell parents all the time: if you want your children to learn finances, show them your budget. Show them from paycheck to paying bills to savings, exactly what you have going. They may not understand it now, but they'll respect it, because then they'll understand where their dollar's going when they get their money. You know, the biggest downfall, and I think in our generation, is not being exposed to money. So the first thing people say is, oh, well, I got insurance through my job. Okay, cool. What happened? So you plan on dying at your job? No, I don't plan on dying at my job. So what are you going to do outside of that? Or, okay, I plan on retiring, but what do you have planned and saved for that? I didn't think of that. You know, I just said I'm going to get Social Security. Well, did you think about what comes behind those things? And so people not knowing the secrets and tips that a person of my stature knows now, I mean, you'd be surprised on what you're leaving on the table. You know, there's thousands and thousands of dollars that you're leaving on the table just by not having those conversations or meeting with certain people, you know. And at the end of the day, you want your money to go to work for you, you know. And so your money's not going to work for you sitting inside of a shoebox. It loses part of the inflation. I mean, it loses a lot of other things that can happen. So your best bet is to make sure that you are working for yourself and making your money work for it as well. So when you're sleeping, your money needs to be growing. You know, you don't need to be sitting there and saying, well, my money's good today and I got the same amount I had yesterday.
Right.
I don't think that that's how money works. You know,
Right.
You go to work making sure that you get more money than you had yesterday tomorrow. So why not, you know, do the same thing with your money?
So let me ask you this, man. You know, when it comes to finances, you know, at what point did you realize, because you said that your parents were involved in that.
Right.
Okay. And when you were younger, did they train you for this profession?
No.
Okay.
Nah, I trained myself. I give a story every time I do a seminar, every time the clients, whoever wants to hear the story, sometimes I'll tell them, depends on the situation.
Right.
I was 14 years old at high school, and the vending machine did not have what I wanted in the vending machine.
Right.
And it didn't have what everybody else wanted in the vending machine. I took my money, went to this store that's a big conglomerate, paid about $4 for a bucket of double bubble bubble gum. It had 360 pieces of bubble gum in it. I took that $4 investment and sold each piece of gum for $10. So at the end of the day, I made $36 minus my initial investment. So I initially made $32. Took another $4, brought another bucket of bubble gum, and then took another $8 and brought like a pack of candy and another pack of candy and sold that. Now I'm walking around with a duffel bag with candy. I'm selling it in class. Teachers wanting to buy
Hustling.
it. And so for me, I knew I had a business idea and a business mentality since then. Everything has always been about, you know, money and growth and what can I do to make money and hustling. You know, I even decided one time when I was in high school and even in college, I'm working 3-4 jobs. I didn't have to, but I wanted to make the extra money. It just felt good to have, you know. So working at a shoe store and working in ladies' shoes as well, with both of my jobs, and you know, just taking everything to the next level. I just decided I want to make money.
That's awesome, man. And hey, you got to make money to make money.
Multiple streams of income. You can't have one.
You can't have one. I'm always telling my young men, listen, multiple streams of income, man. One job is just not gonna cut it, man. You know what I'm saying? There was a time where, you know, my parents, your ancestors, whatever you will, you know, they worked one job for like 50 years, and that's it. That's no longer. I promise you.
Most jobs don't even give you pensions anymore. So they were retiring with pension plans back then. Companies only give you maybe a 401k. And so you have to look at what's going to benefit you. A 401k, yeah, it sounds good. I'm getting that. But when I retire, I'm getting taxed on it. So it's still getting taxed on like income. And so you're still losing out on some stuff. And so it's being able to navigate those things and not saying the ancestors are wrong. But times change, and so we have to change with the times, you know. I believe in generational wealth and teaching people how to do something, not just for themselves, but for the future. But why not only do something for the future when you can also live now, you know? Don't spend all your money for the future, but also don't spend all your money for the now. You have to be able to find that perfect balance, you know? Just because someone says that, oh, well, I'm gonna give you this credit ranking and you can go buy houses up to $1 million, doesn't mean you need to buy $1 million house. That means your credit allows you to buy $1 million house. Doesn't mean that you can buy $1 million house, because they don't know what your lifestyle can afford. You have to live within your lifestyle. My life, I can make $100,000 a year, Tuck can make $100,000 a year. But our lifestyles could be two different lifestyles where $100,000 to you might not be $100,000 to him. You have to find a way to make those things work. And so you have to know what your means are, what your needs are, and think and what's going on. You can't look at what the Joneses got going on. You gotta look what you have going on.
Now that's important right there, because how often when you're working with clients, you know, when you're working with your, you know, consumers, and you see a lot of them try to live beyond their means.
All the time. My first thing I give any client is a budget sheet. Like, I make you feel bad before I make you feel good sometimes. Depends on how you do your finances. Let me rephrase that. But a lot of clients tend to, oh, I didn't know I had this going on, and now they're like, oh, I might need to tone it down. And so I work with them and say, okay, this is not an overnight process by no stretch of imagination. I'm gonna work with you, and you're gonna work with me. We're gonna free up some money. We're gonna find out what do you need, what do you not need. Let's cut down certain things and get you to the needs that you have for yourself and whatever goals you have set for yourself. At the end of the day, I'm an accountability partner. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I'm here to hold you accountable to what you told me your goals were.
Wow, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. So, leaving Benedict College, man. You know, how did Benedict, let's say, prep you for the real world?
Wow, Benedict prepped me for the real world from a lot of standpoints. You know, going to a HBCU, and that's not just Benedict, but a lot of HBCUs that I've traveled to and been around, even had peers that went to. You are limited on certain resources that people at other schools just may not have. Not saying that you don't have the resources.
Right.
You may be limited due to time factors because the library is not open 24 hours a day, and things of that nature. So you're having to do certain things. And so in my time frame when I was in school, Benedict allowed me to learn a harder work ethic because I was working, I was in student government, I was involved in the campus, so I learned how to balance my time. Going to Benedict allowed me to also learn different things from community standpoint, community involvement, what the community needs are. You know, there's different types of needs within every community, and you have to be able to know what those needs are. And so being able to have those conversations with what you consider, what the community or the world considers the lowest of the low, or a person just needs someone to listen to them, and the highest of the high who also wants someone to listen to them. At the end of the day, everybody wants someone to listen to them.
That's fact.
And so you have to be a lending ear to be able to go and talk to some of everybody. And I think for me, especially in my profession, I have to talk to people even if I don't know them. And so, and it's having a difficult conversation. So now it's teaching me, it taught me how to have those conversations, you know. It taught me how to understand not only just myself, but others around me, because you have to be, you know, going to a HBC, you have to be cautious to other people's needs because everybody's not from the same background. Everybody's not from the same, you know, blessed privileges that I may have came from. And so it's having that understanding that, you know, that one person may have lost their father or mother, and so they think this way. That one person may be homeless, so this is why they think this way. But what it also taught me is it doesn't matter your situation. It matters about what you pour into yourself and where you're trying to go. And that's really the biggest thing that I've learned from going to Benedict, is that it's a community. You know, each one teach one, reach one. You have to be able to help each other. And it's not just a community within Benedict, but also other HBCUs and other people that are supporters of HBCUs, because at the end of the day, I can go to California, and I lie to you not, I ran to someone when I went to California. Benedict College, okay, yeah, I went to Benedict College, or my child went to Benedict.
That's dope.
Or I go to New York, and it's a lot of people from New York. Benedict College, you'd be surprised, no matter where you go, you see Benedict College. And so for me, I had to learn, like, hey, we're everywhere. It's not just a local thing. You go to the Bahamas, believe it or not, we have a big crowd, Benedict College.
Benedict College alumni over there.
Yeah, so it's just knowing your people, knowing where people are from, and knowing that you have a friend for life when you go to Benedict. You don't just have a friend for right then and there. You don't have a comrade for just this class. You know, it's almost like the guy from Drumline. I'm not swinging for you. I'm swinging for A&T. I'm swinging for the school. And so that's how it is.
That's solid right there, man. That's real solid. So now you were very you were involved when you was at Benedict.
Yes.
And you're currently involved.
Correct.
Within leadership positions.
Correct.
Name a few of those for me.
Let's see here. Currently, I am the newly found chair of the CRC Young Contemporaries through the Community Relations Council. That was just recently appointed to me. So there's some work to be done there, and I'm looking to bring the organization back and bringing some fresh ideas. It's about diversity, so it's not about, you know, black, white. It's about everybody having a seat at the table. You know, every community. I was formerly the board member for Talented 10th out here. I'm a current member of, let's see here, the Columbia Urban League Young Professionals. Let's see, did Leadership Columbia class of 2018. You know, we're the okayest class. We're not the greatest. We're okay. You know, everybody wants to be great. We play our part.
It's all good.
Shout out to Leadership Columbia class 2018 though.
Hey man, salute.
Let's see here. Outside of that, I've worked and did some stuff with Junior Achievement. And just various entities here in Columbia, the Democratic Party, just wherever my hands are needed, I'm here and been willing to help.
Oh, that's solid, man. I guess, man, like, my question is, you know, you're in so many, you know, leadership positions, you know, at such, let's say, a young age.
Right.
Just being honest with you, man, where did you get the courage from?
I can honestly say I got it from I don't know. It's something everywhere. It's something everywhere. My parents, just for them being involved and me having a standpoint of sitting back and seeing them when they were younger doing things.
Right.
I got it partially from myself because I knew what I want from myself. It doesn't mean I do it every day, but I know what I want from and for myself.
Right.
The other standpoint is just the courage to say that I know what our needs are, or I'm willing to listen to what our needs are, and I'm willing to do what it takes to make those changes. You know, growing up in Columbia, at one point, everybody's like, I don't want to be here in Columbia. Now Columbia has some of everything coming. And so being able to see those changes happen is the same reason I wanted to stay and want to be involved, because I want to be a part of those changes. I want to be able to say that you might have left, but I'm verbalizing why you left. You know, we need jobs for young professionals here. We don't need it to be where people stay in positions for so long and people, you know, don't know when to get out of the way and let new faces and new ideas come through, because then you become stagnant. So just knowing that you have a voice and knowing when and how to utilize it is the best thing ever. I think.
That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense, man. So, you know, I know how it is some days, man, where you wake up, you know, and you realize, yo, this is really happening. Like you were successful, right? And now, but when you were 17 years old, did you see this?
I did not see this side of me. I saw some version of it. At 17, 18 years old, I saw this version of me, but I did not see this all of me. I had different ideas of what I'd probably be doing. I had different ideas of probably what I'd be making, and where life would probably have taken me. You know, at 17 years old, I'm not going to be in Columbia. I'm probably going to be in Atlanta, New York, this and the third. I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to be this millionaire doing X, Y, and Z, and we jet setting, and I might be on TV doing X. Man, you realize that some of those stuff are obtainable, but some of that stuff is also a little bit far-fetched when you look at what life really means to you. And I think what I've learned was that after going through college and things of that nature, that truly life is nothing but a true pursuit of happiness. You're on a daily pursuit of happiness, and I'm not going to lie to you, you're never going to truly achieve it until you die. You're not, because there's always something new every day. So until the day I close my eyes, I think it's more of a personal pursuit of happiness. And you know, there are going to be some days that may not go my way, but you have to look at what can you take from each day and make that day better, or what can you take from each moment, because everything's a learning block. Everything's a learning lesson. I mean, even when I look at my clients when it comes to work, I look at, okay, what works for you doesn't work for this person, and what doesn't work for you may work for someone else. But it's all about how does everything align? How does everything get you from point A to point B? What makes you happy? My happiness may be going on vacation and traveling. Your happiness may be buying the newest car and the newest gadget every day. It doesn't matter that that's your happiness, and my happiness is my happiness. At the end of the day, we both are finding our own pursuits of happiness.
So what are your happiness?
My happiness is helping others, making sure that my community has its needs taken care of, or at least their voice heard. Making sure that my family is taken care of. And then also making sure that at the end of the day, when I wake up, I know I'm doing something for not just myself or someone else. Because people tend to say, well, I'm making this and I'm doing this, and it's for them. And everything I think that I do is for someone else. It's not going to, when you die, you can't take everything with you. So it's going to someone else. And so at the end of the day, you're living for a legacy. You're living for someone else anyway. And so every day that you wake up, you should be living not only for yourself, but with the purpose of who can I help today? There should be a way where at some point in each day, you should have someone that you could say, thank you, or you did something or showed me something that I did not see. Every day is a new day. So if you don't learn something new every day, or expose to something new every day, or someone didn't expose it to you, then what did you do that day? And so my happiness is learning something new every day, like seeing my people grow. Like, it may not be my win. I want to see people win, you know? Just my happiness is truly a holistic happiness of where can we not just be, but where can we go?
Where can we go? Because we know currently where we are. Right. And right now, you know, you look around right now and you see what's going on. Right. There's a lot of racism going on, a lot of hate going on. Right. And we need more black businesses, right? But we also need more young people like yourself really stepping up, man. Really, you know what I'm saying? Listen, man, really taking charge, because listen, we need for our young kings to see young kings like him we always see those 50-year-old, 60-year-old men, right? And they coming back, you know what I'm saying? And they trying to speak to our, listen, we love to see the old men come speak to us. That's great. But I love to see young men coming back, right? Really, man, planting those seeds, right? Because we need for these young men to see, listen, when I was growing up, this guy didn't exist to me, right? Because I didn't see him, right? So I had no idea, that I can be him, right? But he's visual, right? He is going, like, listen, your young men, they probably have seen this guy already because he is putting in the work. And we need more young men to step up, man, to put in the work. Listen, there was a conversation that we never had in my household, which was finances.
Right.
Never had that conversation in my household. So I grew up, man, making all kind of mistakes with money, right? But now you can call this guy, man, what I'm saying? And you can ask him for advice. Now, some of you gonna have to pay for that. Gotta pay that money. Gotta pay for it. But when I'm talking to my young teens, you see what I'm saying? You can be this dude right here, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, my man went to Benedict College, okay? And now he's super successful. You see what I'm saying? That matters to me because that means that it's possible. Okay? It doesn't matter where you come from, it's possible. Now, you've been out to, so many schools, man, speaking to these young kids.
Right.
So many schools, man. What's one of your primary messages that you give to those young men whenever you speak to them?
Really something I get to everybody. Money is a mindset. Money is really a mindset, and it's a tool to help you reach your goals. Money is not anything other than a tool to help you reach your goals, and it's nothing but a mindset. Finance is nothing but a mindset.
Okay.
Until you change your mind about money, you'll never be able to change your situation because you always are thinking with the same mindset. So when you change your mindset and change the way you think about money, then you'll be able to change the way you see money and the way you change the way you see your life and where things can go sometimes. That's number one. But I start everything off with, Wu-Tang Clan has a song that I think has the perfect message for everybody. Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bills, y'all. Like, cash rules everything. Everything is done through money, no matter what.
Right.
And so you have to realize that it's a mindset that money does certain things. Jay-Z said in his song that I wish I would have brought, some property for a couple mil, and now I missed out on another couple mil. Guess what? You can't let money ruin your mindset. Well, I should buy this, and I'm just gonna wait. Now, sometimes you gotta buy and wait, and guess what? That waiting time and that dividend and that return on investment. Yeah, those are some jargon that we use in our community. But that money that you get on top of what you put that money into, you're gonna live nice off of it. And so it's sometimes you gotta take the L to win.
Yeah.
And so
that's big. That's huge.
Money's a mindset. When it comes to that. Generational wealth is a mindset, and when I talk about it, especially to anybody, I tell them, you're gonna leave something to someone and they're gonna make something. But it's up to you to show them why you're doing it. You may not reap the benefit of it. Like grandma, I'll give you a prime example. And I'll give you two stories that I give to everybody. Master P, he started No Limit Records. Called himself the $350 million man, Mr. Ice Cream Man if you want to go old school. All right. So, literally, he started out with a death benefit from a life insurance policy from his grandfather on a malpractice that someone did to him. He took that $25,000 and turned it to $350 million. His grandfather didn't see that money, but he knew his grandson would see it and turn it and build something for his family where his family would never live where they came from. Another example, and this is on another side of the track. Jim Harbaugh, he got that contract with Michigan. Oh, well, what am I gonna do? Oh, let me get a $2 million life insurance policy. I don't want the $9 million, give me $7, but put that $2 million he was gonna give me into a life insurance policy. I have now a $2 million death benefit on top of what other life insurances he may have, but guess what? He's making money on top of it. So it's about making sure that you set yourself up for certain goals, Everything doesn't have to be with insurances. It doesn't have to be investments. It's making your money work. It can be rental properties. It can be, a side hustle. But whatever it is, take your money. So for instance, if I gave you a budget right now,
Right.
and then you paid off a credit card, you paid off whatever debts you have,
Right.
that means that you got that extra money that you were paying off all that stuff just sitting there, right?
Right.
Instead of putting it into a bank account, why not say, okay, I'm good at this. Let me make this my side hustle.
Right.
Or I want to take this money and I already have my house. Why don't I buy a duplex and
Right.
rent that out and I have 2 people living in one house and they're paying my mortgage for
Right.
me? I might get a little extra money.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
setting yourself up to think that way. And so I think also the other part is if you're not having conversations with your friends in your group about money, taxes, retirement, and things of that nature in politics. I mean, you don't go too far into politics with friends because you may lose a friend.
You may lose a good friend.
But if y'all aren't talking about the key things in life on what's helping people build and grow, I don't know, you might want to change your friend set, because if all y'all doing is just talking about drinking, chilling, and having a good time,
That's not a friend.
That's not a friend.
Yeah.
I think your friend should be able to help
Supposed
you
to
grow.
grow.
And
There you
so
go.
if you don't grow, you won't know. And if your friends are leaving you in a bubble and you feel like you've reached that glass ceiling, maybe you need to find someone that's going to take you and so you can shatter that
you
glass
click.
ceiling.
Yeah.
You know, I think that metaphor was actually used best described when you look at Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
Most people don't get that analogy, or maybe don't pay attention to it. But Charlie went from rags to riches, and someone had to show him how to break the glass ceiling. Yeah, he was in an elevator, but that was a proverbial term of him breaking his glass ceiling.
Right.
He showed something that, okay, I'm fixing my family, but I had to be who I am,
Right.
and I can break my proverbial glass ceiling.
Right.
And so you have to break that glass ceiling.
Listen, man. Yo, you guys, man. You have been impacted today. Okay, because my guy got a wealth of knowledge, man. He probably has forgot more than he probably even know. You know what I'm saying? Because he's been in this field for so long, man. And he, helping so many people, man. And we have benefited, you know what I'm saying, from his knowledge. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? The best is yet to come, man. The best is still yet to come. How has this pandemic, man? How has this, let's say, how has it, maybe impacted you, good or, good or bad?
Well, business-wise, it's impacted me because I'd say for the first 2-3 months of the pandemic, I didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
You had people saying I'm losing my job, staying on my job, but then I'd say after a while, it's impacted me to the standpoint of I'm able to give knowledge or give information to people that may not have wanted to listen to me months ago or years ago. Oh, Rob, you always come around, you always talk about finance. Well, they call me Let's Talk Money Rob. So, I tell them, you didn't want to hear it, but you're hearing it now because it's something that impacts you, Like I said earlier, do you plan on retiring from your job? Probably not. Do you plan on dying at your job? Probably not. But what happens when you lose that job? And you lose the access to those benefits where now you need to go to the doctor. Now someone in your family died, but we were gonna go and get a GoFundMe. Right. And things of that nature. So we have to put our health care and put our life and livelihood into perspective. And so I've been able to have a lot more serious conversations, especially with millennials, those that are just starting families, those that just graduating, those that even been married for a couple of years, but just teaching people about what's necessary to take that next step in life. Without remorse, because I tell people all the time, yeah, you didn't want to hear it then, it's cool. I don't mind it, because at the end of the day, you're gonna need it. It may be something that happened to you, something that may have happened to someone else, but you're gonna need to hear something from me, and you're gonna need that advice. And what I do is more than just talking about how to actually make you extra money, but also how to protect yourself and your family and loved ones if something ever did happen to you. When it comes to finances, I'm holistic, because the picture is not just a one-sided thing. I don't believe you should have to go to the bank, then go from the bank to this person, and go from this person to this person, and now you're confused and got stuff all over the place. I believe in being a one-stop shop in terms of having the knowledge of helping you know what it takes to plan for yourself, not just now, but for the future.
Wow. Listen, man. It's money talk right there, man.
Yeah.
Free money talk for you too.
Oh yeah.
That's free game. I'm telling you, man. Nowhere else can you get this type of raw, uncut, genuine information but the community vibes, man. Okay? So listen, if you want to talk, let's say, in great detail with this young man, how can they get in contact with you, bro?
So you can follow me 2 ways. Well, not even just 2. It's multiple ways. Let's be honest. You can follow me on Instagram at Let's Talk Money Inc. You can follow me on Instagram also at Let's Talk Money Rob. You can follow me on Instagram on Facebook at R.C.Squirewell. And then also, and that's SQUIREWELL. And then also you can follow me. I have a Facebook group called Let's Talk Money. And I'll be more than willing to vet you guys and get you into the group. If we just talk about money, we talk about what your needs are, and within that you can also reach out to me and ask me questions. There's another way to reach out to me. You can call me on my phone is 803-476-0360. Again, that's 803-476-0360. So no matter what, if I don't answer, you can always leave me a message and I'll get back to you. And I'll also give you my email just for kicks. Let's Talk Money Inc. at gmail.com. Again, that's Let's Talk Money Inc. at gmail.com. Reach out to me, whatever your questions are. I'll be more than willing to answer them and get back to you as soon as possible. And again, just put whatever it is in the subject, how you want me to contact you, and I'll try to take care of it.
Let's Talk Money Inc., man. Okay, support. Okay, people, we got to take care of our money, man. It's so important. It's so important. Listen, without money, you can't make no moves out here.
Not at all. Not at all. Matter of fact, you can't even ride the bus.
You can't even breathe without money nowadays.
Nah.
Okay, I'm telling you, man.
And there's no payphones anymore.
There's no payphones. There's no payphones out here. So make sure that you are doing your due diligence, man. Learning how to make your money make money. Learning how to set up your legacy for your kids. Okay, that's important because listen, you can see right now, man, we're not gonna be here forever. Okay. Right. Next week might be your last week. You never know. So make sure that you are setting your family up for hey, whatever happens, right? But make sure that your family will not have to bear your burdens. Okay, that's extremely important. All right. So learn how to make your money make money. Learn how to save.
Can I piggyback on that real quick?
Please do.
There's another thing that you can do, and I help people with. Everybody says, especially people that go to HBCU, oh, I want to change this dorm and I want to get my name on a building. There's ways that in my profession, because of what I do, I can help you come up with a plan to leave that money to whatever entity, whether it be a church or a school. We come with a plan together where we put that and make it go. So for those of you out there, and I know it's a lot of you HBCU alum that are going to be watching this.
Yes, sir.
We can come with a plan to make sure you get that name on that building, because I know you want to get that dorm that you lived in freshman year changed.
Yes. Terrance Tucker Hall, baby, I'm coming. I promise, Tucker State. Terrance Tucker Hall is coming, man. Okay. My hall gonna be lit too. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna change some lives, man.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna change some lives, man. Listen, man. Salute to them Bulldogs, man. Salute to them Tigers, man.
Yes, sir. We gotta play each other in football again.
Man, we got
the higher ups, whoever it is. I don't care if it's a blowout or whatever it is. We gotta make it happen again. I love it.
We gotta find a way for that to happen.
I don't. It's just a good family. That's almost closer. That's better than homecoming. That's almost better than homecoming at each school.
Almost better than homecoming.
It ain't quite better than homecoming, but it's the next best thing.
But guess what though, man? Benedict, man, you coming up. You have the prettiest president in the world.
Salute to Dr. Artist for all the work that you've done for Benedict College and what you're continuing to do. I definitely appreciate all that you've done, and if there's anything that I can do as an alum as well as a community member, please don't.
Doc,
just let me know.
Call him. I'm telling you.
Just let me know.
Call him. The boy good now. Okay, the boy good. Okay. The boy got his own money.
I'm not Prince Hakeem though.
The boy got his own money now. I'm telling you. Hey, but listen, man. Make sure you guys reach out, man. Contact this dude, man. He is doing big things, man. Young cat, man, murdering the game right now. Okay, with those finances, man. It's so important that you educate yourself. Okay, listen, man. You did not have to read no kind of book for this, man. Just watch this video and make sure you contact him. Follow him on all his social media, okay? Make sure you get that free game, man. That knowledge is possible. And for my schools, make sure you call this guy to come out to speak to your young men and your young women. Or just listen.
Just to everybody, parents, kids,
teachers,
whoever.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever, man. Come out. Have him come out. You know what I mean? Because we need this. This is how you feed your community, man. By giving them the real, okay? That's what he just gave you on the vibes. Boom. Make sure you come back, okay, for the next episode because we're gonna murder you with something else, okay? It's all about that education game. Yes, sir. I'm saying lifting as we climb. Alright. Listen, man, salute to y'all, man. Take care. God bless.
Yo, Kingdom. Community vibes, community ties. Terrance Tucker is the brother who's connecting the tribe. You say you won't shine, come get your shine on. You say you want vibes, come get your vibe on. Community vibes, community ties. Terrance Tucker is the brother who's connecting the tribe. Hey, you say you won't shine, we'll get your shine on. You say you want vibes, we'll get your vibe on.